If you have an ecom brand that uses Klaviyo for its email marketing, your monthly bill just skyrocketed and you might not even know about it. It was very sneaky what Klaviyo actually did. So, what they do now in this billing change is they charge you for all active profiles on your account, regardless of whether or not you're sending emails to them. So, in the past, you were only charged for the profiles that you actually sent email campaigns to and that actually interacted with your emails. Now you're charged for every active profile, regardless of whether or not you emailed them frequently or you've ever emailed them in the past. And what has happened is this billing change, with its implementation on pretty minimal notice, has required businesses to pay for maintaining all of their contacts, regardless of whether or not they're included in your campaigns, regardless of whether or not you're making any money off of them at all. And this has caused a lot of brands' bills to skyrocket, and a lot of them didn't know. And the ones who did know are not sure what to do about this, right? So they've kind of just eaten this price increase, and it has, made their monthly email marketing less profitable because they're paying more for these profiles. So in this video, I'm going to cover exactly how you can not only avoid paying more with this new price increase, but you can end up paying less than you were before the price got increased. So now that you're forced to pay for every single active profile on your Klaviyo account, you're going to have to get very strategic with choosing the exact people who you want to interact with your emails, who you think are most likely to purchase from you, and then actually suppressing all of the profiles that you don't need to send to, so you're not wasting money on sending emails to profiles that are essentially never going to buy from you and are just sitting there and draining money from you instead of increasing your revenue. So to know who you don't need to send emails to, you have to know which profiles that you should be including in all of your email campaigns. And honestly, this is pretty simple. The engaged segment is the main segment that we send to for all of our profiles, and there's some more specific segmentation that you can get into, but for now, this is all you need to worry about when it comes to keeping the profiles that you want to send to and suppressing the rest. So the engaged segment is essentially a segment of people that have engaged in the last 60, 90, or 120 days. And this is people who have engaged with your emails or have been active on your website. And using this segment allows us to only send to people who are actively engaging with your emails and weed out anyone who is unengaged. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up within Klaviyo so that you can do it yourself and have the main segment to send your email campaigns to. So basically, in Klaviyo, you go to segment creation, right? Here's exactly how. If you want to pause the video and look at these instructions, feel free to do so and set this up for yourself. So basically, in this engaged segment, we're using the 120-day engaged as an example. This is people who have opened your emails at least once in the last 120 days or 60 days or 90 days, depending on how engaged you want this list to be, right? If you're kind of just sending for the first time, then we would recommend sending to a 60-day and then a 90-day and then a 120-day. And you essentially want to keep your open rates within the 35 to 40% range as you increase the people in this segment. Right? So this would be a person that has opened an email at least once in the last 120 days, or clicked at least once, or was created in the last 120 days, or has been active on site, or has placed order, or has viewed product, and they can receive email marketing because they have subscribed. So essentially, this is people who have interacted with your emails in any sense or on your website in any sense in the last X amount of days. And these are the people who are going to be the most active, right? They've already interacted with your emails. They've interacted with your site. They've obviously been browsing in the past. So these are the people that are most likely to buy. And these are the people who we're sending our weekly campaigns to because of that. So make sure that if you don't have this segment set up already, set it up, because these are the people you need to. Now that you know who you should be sending all of your email campaigns to, it's time to get into who you should be suppressing so that they're no longer considered active profiles and they're no longer costing you money. So we need to dial in on the profiles, the accounts that are for sure not going to interact with any of our emails, and because of that, obviously aren't going to buy anything and provide us any revenue. So what's best is to suppress them. So here are the segments that we create to dial in on these specific people, and here's how we reach this conclusion. So to start out, super simple, there is a Klaviyo suggestion about profiles that you should actually suppress. So getting into that, this segment consists of people who can receive email marketing, which is active profiles, and they're created at least 180 days ago, and they have received an email at least once in the last 72 weeks, and they have opened 0 times in the last 72 weeks, where Apple Privacy Open is false. This is essentially just an extra step that Apple does. So this is kind of tracks the real opens. So if they haven't opened at all in the last 72 weeks, they haven't clicked at all in the last 72 weeks, they haven't been active on site at all, they haven't viewed product at all, they haven't checkout started at all, and they haven't placed order at all in the last 72 weeks, from Klaviyo's suggestion and just common sense in general, it's safe to assume that they're not going to interact with your profile at any random point, or interact with your emails rather, and they're not going to purchase. So you can go ahead and suppress everyone in this segment and save you all of the active profiles that exist here, save you the money on them by suppressing them. So if you're wondering how to suppress, super simple. There's 3 bubbles next to this segment. Once you create it, all you have to do is click that, and right here in the drop down, they will have suppress current members. You click that, it will automatically suppress every profile in this segment for you, and you're no longer going to be paying for these profiles. So that is the first and honestly most important segment that you should be creating to suppress these people. This will update, and you're going to continually be able to suppress these people and clean them out. Another segment that you want to create and suppress is the bounced segment. So basically, this includes anyone who has bounced at least 4 times over all time, where the bounce type equals soft, which essentially means that for some reason, this email has not delivered to them properly, right? So this could be some reason with their email account. This could be something that is wrong with that specific email. But if it bounces, that means it's not delivering, and that is going to be a problem for your deliverability. So if this happens 4 times, we just get rid of these people because it's something that continues to happen. Obviously, there's an issue with sending to them that we don't want to continue. Or if someone has bounced at least once over all time, where bounce type equals hard, and a hard bounce essentially is an email address that just isn't valid anymore. So again, we don't want to send to these people. And of course, that they can receive email marketing. So if someone soft bounces 4 times, hard bounces once, we're going to clean those profiles out, because sending to them is not working. It's not even getting to them. So another super simple segment of people that you can get rid of, and you want to exclude these people from every send anyways, because it's just going to hurt your deliverability. So that is another segment that we create and suppress. And there are 2 more here that I will show you. This one, super simple, marked as spam segment, right? If you send someone an email and they manually mark it as spam, they're no longer interested, right? They may not have unsubscribed themselves, but this is basically as good as an unsubscribe. And if you get people marking your emails as spam, again, it's going to hurt your deliverability. It's going to hurt your ability to actually land in people's inboxes effectively. So if someone is marking your email as spam, they obviously don't want to see it. It's worth just, taking them out yourself and not paying for them anymore. And last but not least, this segment is a bit more aggressive than all the previous ones, but getting a bit aggressive is helpful with this new price increase, because remember, you're paying for every single active profile. So get specific about who you want to remove and who you think will buy from you. That's what we do here. Is this kind of depends on how frequently you send as well, but we, with our clients, and what we recommend generally with e-com brands, is sending 3 to 4 emails per week. So if you're doing that, then this is a good segment to create for yourself. 20 emails with no action, right? Someone has received at least 20 emails all time, and they've never opened a single one of them. They've never clicked. They've never placed an order. Then You know, what are the odds that they interact with the next emails that you send out if they have never have in the past? Not good. So it's okay to get a little bit more aggressive and to suppress these profiles. And if you're thinking like, well, maybe these people have a chance to buy in the future, that's true. Maybe one day these people could wake up, see an email from you, and decide to click on it for the first time. But you have to remember that every day that passes that they don't do that, you are just wasting money on keeping these people as active accounts and not suppressing them. So all that to say, once you suppress these people, they're not gone forever, right? You can reactivate some of these accounts. You can even send them emails in the future. If you want to reactivate them, you could send them some emails that are for re-engagement, right? Basically, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Here's what's currently going on with the brand. Reply, click, go to the website, buy if you want to stay on the list. If not, then we will remove you, right? And you can probably re-engage a small group of these people. But for the time being, the priority is saving the money, not spending. The last thing I'll send you on your way with, so you know that this isn't all talk and this is actually how you can save money on Klaviyo. I'm going to show you 2 examples of clients that we have and the money that we saved them by using these exact suppression strategies. So to start with, what we had for this client was 72,000 active profiles. So this is what they were paying for. This is how they do it by range of audience. So they were on this tier, and they were also paying, email and SMS. So they were paying $1,085 a month, and essentially they weren't, they weren't sending to all these profiles. They weren't even sending to half of these profiles because they weren't engaged. So basically, they were going to have to pay this much at the beginning of the next billing cycle. And we came in, suppressed people that were unengaged, and it actually took them down to 38,000 active profiles instead, right? So that then took them to this range, which was $615. So this saved them $470 on the month and for every single month moving forward. One more example was this brand that was actively paying for 102,000 profiles, right? So that puts them in one of the highest tiers. That is $1,455 per month. We suppressed these profiles down to the people that were interacting with the emails that they were actually sending to. It took them down to 37,000 active profiles. And because of that, put them in this tier, $615, and they ended up saving $830 month over month. So this absolutely works, and there's no reason that you shouldn't be suppressing the profiles that you're not. And yeah, that's about it. If you guys want to keep this document for yourself so that you can actually reference all of these segments instruction for instruction here and build them yourself, I'm going to leave this document that we covered in the video in the description below. You can click on it, have it for yourself, reference it for the future. And if you are an e-com brand who wants this done but doesn't feel like you have the time or the wherewithal to do it, then I'm going to leave a link in the description to our website. You can book a call. We can get this set up for you really simply, and then also talk other email marketing strategies. So if you're interested in that, go to the website, book a call. And other than that, appreciate you guys watching, and see you